Crazies are revved up and ready to watch number 7 Duke take on Lafayette out of the Patriot League. It's been a week, very noisy off the court for Duke, with the Blue Devils laser focused and happy to have the noise focused on basketball. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you. Malcolm, this is a spectacular atmosphere, and for great reason. Duke is off to a strong start. Who has set the tone for the Blue Devils?
Wendell Moore Jr. has been the guy. His all-around game has been impressive. He's doing a little bit of everything. Assist, playing great defense, and the three-point shooting percentage has gone up from last year. Coach K said he is one of the best on-ball defenders in college basketball. To go along with an improved outside stroke, he has got Duke rolling early.
And who leads the way for Lafayette?
Tyrone Perry. He does a little bit of everything for this Lafayette team. Can shoot the three. He's got an excellent mid-range game, but I think the key number for him on the road against Duke, turnovers. He's only has 1 turnover through 3 games. Taking care of the ball on the road against Duke is going to be key tonight.
Mike Krzyzewski, year number 47, his final season, very well documented. And we spoke with him before the game. They're in the midst of a 5-game, 10-day homestand, and he has loved during this homestand the atmosphere, the crowd. After a year of an empty Cameron Indoor, how awesome is this for the crowd to already be in full voice? We haven't even tipped off.
Last year when we called the game, we had a Zoom call with him. We were sitting in Bristol. He was sitting in his office. Right before the game, we spoke with him. He was relaxed, and we asked him about this crowd. He said, "Isn't this great? This is what college basketball is about. It is electric in here, and these guys are ready to roll."
Our officials tonight: A.J. Desai, Jeffrey Anderson, and Trey Stiens. Lafayette in maroon, Duke in white and blue, and we are underway at Cameron Indoor Stadium. It'll start with Leopards basketball. Lafayette still searching for their first win of the season, and Malcolm, tough place to go and find it, Cameron Indoor.
This is certainly would be the, I think, ultimate upset if they were able to pull it off. But it's going to start with ball control. You cannot turn the ball over against this excellent Duke defensive team.
Blue Devils left the back door open, can't cash in. Here's Banchero in attack mode, draws the foul. Paulo Banchero, the number 4 player at our ESPN 100 preseason ACC Player of the Year, and you could say he has absolutely lived up to the hype so far.
And it's that right there. When we talked with Coach K prior to this game, he said we don't want him being a finesse player. We want him in attack mode. You can tell early on in this game, not settling for a jumper. He went right to the basket, finds himself on the free throw line.
Mike Krzyzewski's message, you said it: attack, be powerful, use your power. Not many players at 6'10", 250 that can dribble the basketball and move on the basketball court like Banchero can. Here's Tyrone Perry, leading scorer for Lafayette. Ten on the timer. Tried to feed it inside, off the hands of C.J. Fulton for a turnover.
Well, that's twice now. Lafayette tried to go backdoor. The first one was a pretty good look. They just missed the layup, but that's going to be a theme. Duke aggressive in the passing lanes, try to get some backdoor cuts.
Lafayette settles into a 2-3 zone. Jeremy Roach on the drive. He takes it the whole way, no good. Offensive rebound tapped around, and then Neil Quinn, the 7-footer for the Leopards, rips it away. Perry in attack mode, swatted away. Mark Williams, an eraser at the rim, the sophomore for Duke. Roach left open for 3. Banchero, offensive rebound. That's good! Trevor Keels catches in from deep. And the defensive intensity, Paulo Banchero. Get yourself a freshman who can do it all. And the Blue Devils have the possession arrow.
Well, what's impressive about him is this right here. There are pretty few holes in his game, and this is my first time seeing him in person. You can't appreciate how big his lower body is, and when I mean big, he is very strong, well-built, does not look like a freshman, but making plays like that, defensively getting on the floor, but then the passing. Again, he can handle, shoot, and pass the ball.
Up high, mistimed. Williams was calling for it. Here's Trevor Keel, swats it away, 2-on-1, up to Williams! Mark Williams on a rack attack! 6-0 Blue Devils early. Inside to Williams again. 5 seconds to shoot. Moore pulls the trigger. Rattles in and out. Williams there to clean up the spill. Back-to-back buckets for the sophomore Mark Williams. And Lafayette turns it over. It's all Duke early. 4 turnovers for Lafayette.
Duke came into this game averaging close to 10 turnovers forced per game. You can't do it. Live ball turnovers, they are off to the races. Mark Williams finishing with authority off the steal.
Here's Bancaro. Takes it hard to the hole again. Too much on it, no good. Perry pulls up in transition. Lafayette looking for something. That's all they need, Malcolm, right? Just to see that ball go in the basket, settle the nerves playing at Cameron Indoor Stadium for the first time. And it's even legendary head coach Fran O'Hanlon's first time playing at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Year number 27 as the head coach for Lafayette.
Really enjoyed our time speaking with him at shoot around. Just a pleasure and joy. And he said, look, we play at the Palestra, again, storied place, but he was really excited to get on the road and play at Cameron Indoor.
This is Neil Quinn, the 7-footer for Lafayette, trying to back down Theo John. Rolls in right at the end of the shot clock. First basket for the Leopards.
And I like that offensive possession. Patience, they had good spacing. Try to get the big fella a touch.
Trevor Keels launches again, that time off the mark. Tapped out of bounds. It'll be Lafayette basketball, but all Duke early. We're just getting started at Cameron. Our doubleheader rolls on the ACC network here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you. Lafayette on the road against number 7 Duke. And we just told you about Fran O'Hanlon in year number 27 as the head coach for the Leopards. And Malcolm, he's an elite company.
He really is. And you look at this is just a rarity. You look at these guys, obviously Coach Boeheim and Coach K right at the top of that list, and you just don't see this type of longevity at one school. So it's just a great story and a testament to how good these guys have been.
And although it was before O'Hanlon's time as head coach for Lafayette, the Leopards have an excellent record against Coach K. They're one of the few teams in the country that Coach K has a losing record against, just 1-4. All 5 of those matchups came when he was the head coach at Army. Seconds to shoot. Here's Neil Quinn. He's got the lone basket today for Lafayette. Left that one short. Chased down by Joey Baker.
Baker did a nice job pushing him away from the basket, but I still like that matchup for Lafayette.
Wendell Moore, after the hesitation, put too much on it. Offensive rebound pulled down by the talented freshman, A.J. Griffin.
Well, this is going to be the theme, I think, pretty much all night, how Duke attacks this zone. Thus far, they've settled for jumpers. Again, Lafayette doing a nice job keeping them out of the paint, making them shoot contested jumpers. You'll live with that if you're Coach O'Hanlon.
Baker left open for three. He'll usually make you pay, not that time, and it's Lafayette basketball.
Well, the other thing we talked about that shoot around with Coach O'Hanlon, he said defensive rebounding was going to be huge in this game. We cannot give them second opportunities, second chance opportunities to go along with any turnovers.
There to clean it up, but no good. Neil Quinn, everything but the finish. Bounced out, and Kyle Jenkins makes the three. So Jenkins cuts the Leopards' deficit in half.
Let's see if Duke makes the adjustment. Right now, though, they are settling for jumpers.
And they've been missing those threes as well. They're 0 for their last 5. But all of those have been from deep. Cross-court pass, Baker steps into this shot. Still can't cash it. 0 for their last 6 now. They're ice cold after a hot start.
And another nice block out, that time Quinn on the defensive glass.
Getting it done with defense. Roach. And Baker there for the follow flush. One-handed Joey Baker, but it doesn't count. They said the foul on Roach first. Still good for the highlight reel, though.
It is, but I think right now, if you're Lafayette, you have to do a better job. Ball fakes. Again, that's a soft pass. Any soft pass you make against Duke, they're just too long, too aggressive in the passing lanes. You're going to have to get some backdoor cuts or use ball fakes to try to throw them off.
Foul was on the floor before Roach put it up. Coach K was telling us before the game, it's a hard-working group that loves to play defense, and you can see it too.
Yeah, they are. They're playing as a unit, but right now I think the issue is figuring out this zone. I think at that foul line area, that's the key. That's how you want to attack.
Bancaro to Williams, and once again, Mark Williams rocks the rim. He's got 6 of the Blue Devils' 10. Offensive foul. Trevor Keels draws it.
We're going to take a look at a nice offensive possession by Duke. They get the ball to the foul line. That's key. And then Bancaro, great pass to Williams. Excellent zone execution by Duke.
Every coach in the country at any level playing a 2-3 zone could point to that play on how you break it.
Easier said than done. Thus far early on, Lafayette's done a nice job forcing them to pass the ball around on the perimeter.
Baker, still cold from 3. Offensive rebound ripped down by Keels. Now in the corner, a 3. Duke shooting 1 for 9 from 3. But they've been excellent on defense. Baker, another 3. This one goes. Finally, Joey Baker can get one to fall. Missed his first 3, but makes that one.
Well, it's easy to see why scouts are so high on Bancaro. That's all set up by a 6'10", 250-pound freshman. Duke right now, though, on a run.
Up 13-5 early, and Malcolm Mark Williams has set the tone.
Well, he is a guy, I think, that anchors the back end of their defense early on, coming up with the block of this right here, running the floor well, getting on the offensive glass. That's a great sign if you're Duke, having him stick off to such a good start in this game.
Canterbury Crazies getting after Lafayette, who have been A little sloppy with the ball early. 7 turnovers in this first half. It's allowed Duke to get up to an 8-point lead. And a shot clock violation. And that's what a full voice Cameron Crazy student section can do. That's what Duke was missing a year ago.
It just makes such a big difference. Last year, empty, Cameron. This year, back to a packed house. It is so difficult to play in here. One of the most difficult places to play on the road.
Look out! The guy we were just talking about, Mark Williams, there to put home another alley-oop. He has 8 of the Blue Devils' 15. Take another look.
This is this great recognition. Again, Wendell Moore, heads up play. Lafayette fell asleep. They threw over the top of the zone and back to the leadership that Moore brings. It's just been impressive to see his progress. Not only the shooting, we know he's a good defender, but the assist. Came into this game leading Duke with 21 assists, and that's just a veteran heads up play.
Lafayette, 17 possessions, 8 turnovers. They've struggled to keep control of the basketball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They got to get something up. Williams swats it away. Back-to-back shot clock violations.
And that's what Williams plays right there. Again, nice backdoor cut, but their length, that's just something you cannot duplicate at every position. Duke has excellent length, and easy to see why they came into this game one of the most difficult teams to score on in college.
We asked Mike Krzyzewski before the game, how has Mark Williams taken that leap? And he gave a lot of credit to grad transfer Theo John out of Marquette, another big man on this Duke team. He has come in and he has pushed Williams in practice. His maturity, his leadership rubbing off on Williams, and it's a big reason the sophomore has had more consistency in his game, because we saw flashes a year ago, but Theo John is making him earn it each and every day in practice.
Yeah, and Coach K made that point. And I think another thing with Williams, like a lot of freshmen, there was nothing normal about last year. They didn't have the normal lead up and the time on court with the coaches because of COVID-19. So again, I think he's really playing as a freshman. Although he played last year, I still consider him a freshman with all the interruptions last year.
Here's Bankero. Eyes up, trying to go coast to coast. Everything but the finish. Stolen away. Wendell Moore Jr. didn't give up on the play and cashes in for 2. It's a 9-0 Blue Devils run. Lafayette has lost their composure here. Block called on Jeremy Roach.
Well, anytime you play against Duke, you have to be aware. They're going to play every pass, even in the backcourt. That's just an easy steal for Wendell Moore. Nice body control, but, you know, if you're Lafayette, that's too easy. That should not happen in the backcourt like that.
Contested 3. Williams chases down the rebound. And a blocking call against Lafayette. The aggressiveness of Wendell Moore Jr. too. We were just talking about his development, Malcolm, and really you could point to everything he has done has been an improvement upon his first 2 seasons here at Duke. And Coach K was saying it's truly everything. Even his posture has improved.
And, you know, a little thing we weren't aware, Gruitt actually gained an inch. They worked with him during the offseason on his posture. They said, you know, he was walking. They worked on his gait. They said he was slouching a little bit. They improved his posture, actually picked up an inch. Probably something me and you could use. Pick up, you know, a little bit of height. But, you know, again, he is a guy that I think brings that veteran leadership. I think that's the biggest thing that he brings to this Duke team.
He was named a captain headed into his junior season as Lafayette commits another turnover. That is now 10 on the night. Moore bringing the ball up here, the vocal leader on the court. And, he's tried to be that in his first 2 seasons. He's always been a vocal player, but kind of leading by example now, having by far his best season in a Blue Devil uniform. Lafayette's gone 5 minutes without a point. It's allowed Duke to pull away here. Denied! Paulo Banchero. He gets it done on both ends. Now launches a 3. And even though he missed it, he chases down that ball. He is so fun to watch.
Yeah, he does, again, a little bit of everything. He's a guy that can handle. Obviously right here, great recovery. That looked like going to be an uncontested dunk.
Really good look to stop this scoring skid, and a missed layup. Duke can take it the other way. Roach, no good. Theo John muscling it inside. It'll stay Blue Devils basketball underneath.
Now, although Banchero has not scored a bunch in this game, I think the thing that has been impressive, his ability to handle. Again, this is a 6'10" guy that goes about 250, leading the break, making kick-out passes off of penetration. Just really impressive so far, his skill set.
A.J. Griffin muscling his way to the rim for 2. 13-0 Blue Devils run. And Lafayette, after 5 minutes and 34 seconds, finally gets a bucket to stop the bleeding.
Beautiful backdoor cut and execution. The timing was there. They've had a couple of those. They've missed some layups. That time they did not. They're going to need more of that because Duke is very aggressive in the passing lanes.
After starting in a zone, Lafayette's gone to a man-to-man. Griffin, pull-up pop, hits it. Back-to-back baskets for the freshman, A.J. Griffin. Deep 3 from C.J. Fulton, and he cashes in. The freshman out of Belfast, Northern Ireland, with his first basket of the night.
Well, when Lafayette has not turned the ball over, they've actually had some pretty decent looks. Problem is, when they turn it over, Duke is off in transition, getting easy transition buckets.
Open 3, Wendell Moore. Can't hit it. And Lafayette growing into the game after they struggled offensively early. They've strung together a couple of nice possessions in a row here. 3 for their last 3 after going 10 without having to make. Baker, tough take, no good. Ball still live. Moore scoops it up. Tried to bounce pass it to Jeremy Roach. Deep 3 from Kyle Jenkins, and it's good. 4 straight makes for Lafayette, and it's an 8-0 Leopards run in the last 90 seconds.
And Coach K and staff not happy about that closeout. That's way too much airspace.
Well, after Lafayette was on the back foot, they're back in this game, only down 8. Here's tomorrow's college football lineup right here on the ACC Network. It kicks off at noon Eastern time. Florida State taking off Boston College. Then 4 p.m. Eastern time, Syracuse trying to go bowl eligible against number 20 NC State. And then ACC primetime football presented by Geico, Virginia Tech and Miami. That's 7:30 Eastern time, all on the ACC Network. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you. Well, after going 5.5 minutes without a single point, don't look now, Lafayette right back in this game on an 8-0 run.
And the big thing, Jay, is they have not turned the ball over early on. Duke was capitalizing off of their turnovers. Right now, Duke has 11 points off of 12 Lafayette turnovers.
The defensive intensity's picked up from the Leopards. 10 seconds to shoot for Duke. Pull up, pop, Trevor Keels, cash money.
Excellent body control. Nothing you can do like that on that. That's pretty decent defense. That's just a guy making a nice play.
Great take for 2 off the dribble, and Lafayette answers.
And that's what you're going to need more of. Duke very rarely helps off, so you're going to have to make individual plays, see if you can break down your man, get into the paint. Hopefully you can start forcing some help.
Here's Bancaro in attack mode. Double team, splits it. No good. 3-on-3. Lafayette in transition, trying to make something happen. Theo John rips the rebound. Bancaro pulls the trigger from 3 and connects. Paulo Bancaro for 3. Timeout taken. Tyrone Perry will take one with him. Duke back up 11. Before that made three-pointer by Paulo Bancaro, the incredibly talented 5-star freshman. Duke really struggling to shoot the ball. Just 2 of 12 from 3 before that make. But when you play as well as Duke has defensively, you can afford to miss some threes.
And that's the reason why they are winning this game right now. You look at this turnovers. That's been the issue for Lafayette. 12 turnovers. Duke has capitalized. I think though attacking the zone, you look at Mark Williams at the bottom, he was a big reason why he was getting some offensive rebounds and then taking up space in the middle of the zone. That's going to be a theme as we move deeper into this game.
Lafayette went nearly 6 minutes without a basket, now 5 of their last 6 field goals. Coming off the screen, Kyle Jenkins can't connect. Bancaro fading away, can't hit it. Perry decides to chuck it up from deep. That's off the mark.
Jay, if I'm Duke right now, I'm trying to get either Williams or Bancaro a touch or get into the paint. Do not settle for jumpers. I think the last few possessions, Duke, they've settled early in the shot clock for jumpers.
Yeah, Mike Krzyzewski's message to us before the game, he wanted Bancaro to be more power, less finesse. Here's Wendell Moore in transition. Hard to the hole, lays it up. A steal and an easy 2 for Wendell Moore Jr. Perry trying to answer quickly in transition, he can't. Bancaro A man on a mission, can't finish. Mark Williams, how about a third try? Still no good. Wide open for three. Kyle Jenkins makes Duke's transition defense pay. He's up to 11 to lead Lafayette in scoring.
And you can't be any more wide open. Excellent transition off of the miss, and you can't run transition offense any better.
Back to the 2-3 zone. Duke cold from three, just 3 of 13 from deep. Keels, tough take. Ball batted around, it falls to the freshman. Still can't make it. Duke is ice cold, just 1 of their last 8, and it's allowed Lafayette to get back in this game. C.J. Fulton has made it an 8-point game with 2:12 left in this first half. Don't count out the Leopards. Despite not scoring for nearly 6 minutes, they're hanging tough at Cameron Indoor. Make sure you start your college football Saturday by tuning in to The Huddle right here on ACC Network. They'll tell you everything you need to know and keep you updated on all things ACC football. Another loaded slate this Saturday on the ACC Network, a monster triple header. And those guys on The Huddle will get you set. With Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you. Duke, they were up big in this game, and now the lead is dwindled to just 8. Duke just 1 of their last 8, and they turned the ball over. Lafayette starting to believe. Another bucket for the Leopards. Closest margin since it was the 13:33 mark. Great take from the captain, Wendell Moore Jr. doing it himself. Getting it done on defense as well. Moore swatting that away. But he's not the only one playing defense tonight, though.
Yeah, and this right here, again, that's just careless. You have to inbound the ball. The last thing you want to do is turn it over underneath your basket.
Mike Krzyzewski not happy about it. He takes a timeout. We'll step aside. Fran O'Hanlon and Lafayette for a team that comes into Cameron Indoor 0-3, facing the number 7 team in the country. They had some jitters early in the game, but they have not gone away. They're playing with some confidence here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, they've settled into this game, and they've gotten some quality looks, and then they've been able to get some turnovers of their own and capitalize with some points.
Neil Quinn, the 7-footer, backing down Mark Williams, gets him in the air, causes him to draw the foul, and he'll get 2 at the line. Monday night, we've got a terrific college basketball doubleheader right here on the ACC Network. Charleston Southern and the reigning ACC champs Georgia Tech at 7, and then we're back with Coach K at number 7 Duke, hosting the Citadel at Cameron Indoor. That's 9 Eastern on Monday. And Lafayette going full court pressure for the first time tonight. Mike Krzyzewski's Duke team, a 7-point lead. Inside to Williams. He was the go-to guy early. And a foul called inside. Williams will get 2 at the line.
And Jay, zone or man, I think Duke, that's their offense right there. Get the ball into the paint off the drive. That time they posted up Williams off of a high screen and roll. They dove him down towards the block and then gave him a touch. I think too long, and that at the end of this first half, they've settled. They settled for jumpers and some contested threes.
Shooting threes at 3 for 13 tonight. You're absolutely right, Malcolm. Duke's success tonight has come in the paint, and specifically through the sophomore Mark Williams.
We spoke with Coach K about his progression, and You know, one of those guys, like many freshmen last year, that struggled early on because of the lack of time on the court with the coaches due to all the interruptions because of COVID.
Duke's largest lead tonight was 16. It looked like it'd be a comfortable win for the Blue Devils. Goaltending the call. Lafayette has now cut it to just 5.
When we were at Lafayette's shoot-around, they spent about 20 minutes just on backdoor cuts like this. Excellent timing. That time Baker was late, and beautiful pass. He had nothing else but to do but goaltend. Excellent execution on the offensive side.
Keels launches a 3 and hits it. The freshman Trevor Keels delivers exactly what the Blue Devils needed. The lead back to 8. Lafayette could hold for the last shot of the half. This is Tyrone Perry, the senior who 6 months ago tore his ACL. Never would have thought he'd be back for the beginning of the regular season, but he said he was motivated to play in games like this. He knew their non-conference schedule, going to the Carrier Dome, going to the Palestra, going to Cameron Indoor Stadium. It worked him extra hard to get through that rehab, and to come back after a torn ACL at just 6 months. What a testament to that young man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed speaking with him after shoot-around today, and you know, he was amped up, said he's about 100% ready to roll.
Leo O'Boyle, no good. Duke has 3 seconds. Here's Wendell Moore Jr. at the end of the half, off the mark. Duke leading by 8 as we send it into the studio. After the break, Drew Carter, KJ Smith, they'll catch you up.
When Argent.
Alongside Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you at Cameron Indoor Stadium, a Friday night in Durham. A terrific atmosphere. The Cameron Crazies have been in full voice the entire game. And Malcolm, they had plenty to cheer about early on. Duke was up by 16 with 8 minutes left, and then Lafayette, give them a lot of credit. They came storming back on the back of Kyle Jenkins.
He was on fire late in the second half. This right here, off of a loose ball, nice little jab step. They ran their offense right here. Poor closeout. Coach K was not happy about that. And then in transition, inexcusable if you're Duke to leave him that wide open. And he was on fire, 15 points, shot the ball well from beyond the arc. On the other side, Mark Williams was the bright spot for Duke, getting it done on both ends. Off the block, get out in transition and run. He was on the offensive glass. I think, though, they need to get him more touches in the second half. Zone or man, work the ball around and try to get him touches in the paint.
Well, Duke has been very good in the paint, because outside of the paint, horrific shooting performance in that first half, especially from 3. Just 4 of 16. In fact, it's really, really bad. You'd have to go back all the way to December 1st of 2020 to get a field goal percentage of the first half worse than the one tonight. Now, Bancaro, Roach, Baker, nobody can hit anything from deep, and I'm with you, Malcolm. The recipe for success, driving to the basket and getting the ball on the block to Williams.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, all due respect, you know, they're playing Lafayette, right? So it's easy to settle, and that's something that Coach K talked to us about before the game. He didn't want them to be finesse. I want them getting the ball in the paint and attacking.
The bright spot for Duke was defense, and that's where they start in this second half. They caused 13 Lafayette turnovers. This is Neil Quinn working on Mark Williams. 7-footer on 7-footer. Leo O'Boyle, turnaround jumper, hits it with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and Lafayette has made it a 2-possession game on the road in Cameron.
Well, that's what happens. You let them hang around. Now they're playing, you said it, the right word, confidence. They're playing with a lot more confidence from when they were turning the ball over early on in this game.
And Duke shooting Again, a field goal percentage that we have not seen from them since a year ago in a loss to Michigan State. And 4 of 16, just 25% from 3. Jeremy Roach lost the handle.
Well, a lot of that give credit to Lafayette, but I think a lot of it had to do with they were settling. They were settling early for contested perimeter jumpers.
Inside to O'Boyle, working through a double team. Offensive rebound. Won by Kyle Jacobs, shoved down by Paulo Banchero. He's called for the foul. Here's Perry, the senior leader. No points tonight, and he's their leading scorer, usually at more than 14 a game. Neil Quinn, fouled by Mark Williams. He'll head to the line. Second foul against the sophomore, Mark Williams.
And Lafayette doing a nice job with their spacing. Duke's not going to help off. They're going to allow Williams to play man-to-man straight up versus Quinn, and Quinn's just going to have to go make a move, that time able to get on the free throw line.
Duke led in this game by 16 at the 8-minute mark in the first half. I think it would have been easy for Lafayette, a team that's 0-3, coming in with not a lot of confidence, to just roll over, but they have kept fighting every single possession.
Yeah, they really have, and I think, you know, going back to the turnovers, they stopped and cut down on the turnovers, and that has been a big reason why they've been able to get back into this game.
Who's going to propel Duke? They do have a 6-point lead, but have shot the ball poorly in this game. They've built the lead on defense. Looking for some offense, and they get it through the star freshman. Paulo Banchero drains it from 3. Tried to find the back door. It'll stay Lafayette's way. Take another look. This is the Banchero 3.
And look at his footwork. It's all about the setup. That's what's impressive about him. He has the handle, he can pass. That time he's coming off a down screen like a 2-guard, and footwork and release point was really impressive.
He's the complete package. And Duke still struggling with those back doors, the ball screens, and back cuts. And Lafayette back within 7. Keels trying to answer. No good. That was Perry's first basket of the game. Does so much for this Lafayette team. The senior leader coming off that ACL injury we told you about in the first half. Here he is with the ball now. A deep 3 from Perry. A little heat check. Kept alive and dunked, but whistle blown dead. Count off the basket. That'll be Duke basketball. A foul against Neil Quinn, going for that offensive rebound. What do you think, Malcolm? Is that the right call?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of risk. Now, from our angle, originally I said it looked like ball, but from that angle right there, looked like he pulled them down from the wrist. And that's all about positioning for the referee. They were in better position than us.
Here's Banchero, left it short. Williams there, no good. A second effort trying to go up with it and fouled on his way there.
Well, let's see the adjustment that Duke makes coming out, in the second half. Again, I think Williams is a guy, or Banchero, get them in the post.
Right on cue, Mark Williams cashes in from the low post. He's up to 10 points out of the Blue Devils' 40. 10 rebounds as well, so with that basket, it's a double-double for Mark Williams to lead the way for Duke, now up by 9. Playing some defense, 2 and a block. Mark Williams doing it all for Duke. Wendell Moore Jr. attacking. Oh, the captain, Wendell Moore Jr. off the Williams block, takes it coast to coast to cash in.
And it's all set up by Mark Williams. That's just great defense. Keep it in play. And then Wendell Moore in transition. Beautiful move, body control, and one. Eyes on the rim the entire time.
And he buries the foul shot and one complete. Duke goes to some full court pressure. A jolt defense into offense for the Blue Devils. Deep three, O'Boyle, he hits it. Leo O'Boyle and Lafayette back within 9. They're not going away. Pull up, pop Moore. He's starting to feel it. That one rattles home.
Well, with the progression in his game, that's a big bucket. Under control, nice little pull-up jumper from the foul line off a high ball screen.
Five seconds to shoot. Quinn on the drive, had a step on Williams, can't finish. Wide open. It's good! Wendell Moore Jr., 16 points to lead the Blue Devils. Timeout, Lafayette.
You cannot execute transition offense any better. Unselfish play, and Wendell Moore does the rest. Duke is rolling.
Why pay over $100?
It's a 14-point lead for Duke, spurred on by Wendell Moore Jr., the captain who scored the Blue Devils' last 8 points.
And when we were talking about him at the beginning of the game, I said the one thing that he brings is experience. Obviously, he's shooting the ball at a higher clip this year, but that experience, I think, is invaluable for this team.
Meanwhile, the back door has stayed open all night long for Lafayette. C.J. Fulton, the beneficiary on that cut. Bancaro, the hesitation, the pump fake, and the finish. Moore working out of the post, kick out 3. Trevor Keels rattles in and out, no good. Great hustle from Bancaro to keep that in play. Seven seconds to shoot. Bancaro pulls the trigger and hits it. Paulo Bancaro, back-to-back buckets. He's starting to heat up.
Well, I've been impressed, although he struggled in the first half shooting the ball. I'm impressed with his handle. He can handle like a guard at 6'10", 250.
Theo John, the transfer from Marquette, the steal, takes it himself for 2. Lafayette pushing the basketball. They're out of control here. Tried to get a quick answer instead of miss. And a foul that will step aside. Theo John, everybody getting in on the act. Duke up big.
Those old shirt?
Duke has their largest lead of the night, and it's thanks to Wendell Moore.
Unquestioned leader of this Duke team. In transition here, and one. Under control, pull-up jumper off a ball screen. But this, to me, has been his biggest improvement of the percentage from beyond the arc. Stroke looks good, and you look at the progression. Freshman year, sophomore year to this year, it's been really impressive, and I think one of the better jobs by Coach K and staff. Player development, he's just gotten better every year.
And everybody wants to point at all these highly touted freshmen to come in to Duke. Wendell Moore was certainly one of them. And say, A.J. Griffin's another as he makes a three, and say, they're gonna all be one and dones. Well, no, it's okay to have a normal college career and get better every single season like Moore has done.
So interesting. I remember speaking with Hubert Davis at a North Carolina game, and he said, you know, a lot of these kids are in such a rush to go to the next level. It may not happen your freshman year. It may not even happen your sophomore year, but if you stick with it and do what Wendell Moore Jr. has done, you will see the results if you have the talent. He's put in the work, and it's definitely showing off this year.
Theo John commits the foul inside on the 7-footer Neil Quinn. Duke is shooting the ball so much better than they did in the first half. They've made 8 of their last 9. They're now shooting 70% in this second half. Remember, we told you in the first half they shot 33%. That's the worst under Coach K since Michigan State last year on December 1st. Tomorrow's college football lineup right here on the ACC network is a terrific one. All conference play. Florida State, Boston College kicks things off at noon, and then Syracuse and NC State at 4. The nightcap, ACC primetime football, Virginia Tech and Miami. Theo John delayed trying to hand that ball off to Jeremy Roach. Lafayette thinks it should be their ball, but the officials say it's go to the Blue Devils. 20-point lead for Duke, largest of the night. Lafayette had cut it to 5, but Duke, 8 of their last 9 from the field, has blown this game open. Here's Joey Baker, kept it alive and laid it up and in. John Brantley, his first bucket. Hang it in the air and getting it to drop. Trevor Keels, so crafty.
And he is just strong, built, does not look like a freshman.
No, he does not. 6'4", 220 pounds. Another freshman, A.J. Griffin, no good. How about the follow flush? Theo John in perfect position for the one-hand slam. Brantley, nothing but air. And the Camry crazies will let him hear it. They've had plenty to cheer about tonight. Theo John on a rack attack, one-handed.
Marshawn. I want y'all to hear it from me first. If you want to be fresh, you got to refresh like Subway. Like the new Baja Steak and Jack with tender, thicker cut steak.
Wait, so you're not coming out of retirement?
I'm just here because Subway has so much new, they bought time in this press conference to talk about it. Now, like I was saying, the new...
Cameron Indoor continuing to rock on a Friday night. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you. Malcolm, it's a simple game. You shoot the ball 71% compared to 33%, and the lead grows.
And a lot of that was set up by Duke's defense. They were able to turn Lafayette over again late in the second half now, and that has been the story of the game. When Lafayette has not turned the ball over, they've been able to get some pretty good high percentage looks at the basket. Problem is they've turned it over way too much in this game.
And Duke has cashed in to the tune of 17 points off turnovers. A.J. Griffin continues to not be gun shy. He's up to 9 points for the Blue Devils. Trevor Keels and Paulo Banchero have taken a lot of the attention from this freshman class, but A.J. Griffin, one to watch out of White Plains, New York. His dad, Adrian, a superstar at Seton Hall, as well as a terrific NBA career.
Yeah, had to do many battles with his dad, Adrian Griffin, the great player out of Seton Hall. And you're right, AJ, another talented freshman for this Duke team.
Wendell Moore Jr. continues to stay hot. He's up to 18 to lead all scorers.
Back to our conversation with Coach K, speaking about Wendell Moore. He said, look, point blank, he is one of the best on-ball defenders in college basketball. Long arms, slides his feet well. He's just been impressive all night. And to the beginning of the season, he is the unquestioned leader of this Duke team.
You could argue he's the best player in college basketball to start this season. Certainly fills up the box score. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals tonight. First shot of the second half for Kyle Jenkins, and it goes begging. After he had 15 to lead Lafayette in the first half. Leopards have fallen out of this game. Joey Baker would have took a Cameron Indoors roof off if that had went in. Nice job by Tyrone Perry, fadeaway mid-range game.
Nice use of the hard dribble to set up your step back. Perry doing a nice job.
Moore Jr. heat check, missed it. That would have been for 20. Jenkins lost the handle. 5 on 4. Williams, look out. Thought he was going for the dunk. I think he did too. Then decided to lay it up late. There it is! The reverse jam! Mark Williams. And a block on the other end. It's Williams' world tonight. Grabs the rebound too. Wendell Moore Jr. to throw it down. Instead, he transitions to the layup in air. Still good for 2 points, which puts the junior captain at 20. Williams 12 points to go along with 14 rebounds. Look out! Make it 14 and another slam. Oh, Williams wanted another dunk. Great job by Tyrone Perry to hold the big man off. But what a night it has been for Mark Williams.
Well, both him and Wendell Moore have been impressive on both ends.
Roach takes it himself, and it rims out. Moore tried to pick off that pass. We've had plenty of dunks. Add another. another one. Williams hammers it home, and it's all Duke up 73-45. A streak that's been intact since 1991. It isn't going to go anywhere anytime soon. 476 straight sellouts at Cameron Indoor Stadium. He's Malcolm Huckabee. I'm Jay Altern. After a year where we had an empty Cameron Indoor Stadium, empty stadiums all over the country, I've just caught myself watching the Cameron Crazies. And Malcolm, you know what it's like to play in this arena. It's unparalleled.
You can't, it's really a hard feeling to describe. This was my second college game as a freshman on the road at Duke, and the atmosphere, but just how loud it is in here. You cannot communicate with your teammates, even if you're standing within 5 feet of them. That's how loud it gets in here, and you know, this is the atmosphere that you come to college to play for, and certainly having the fans back is a huge advantage for Duke.
And the fans have had plenty to cheer from number 0 in white, Wendell Moore Jr. up to 23 after that made 3. You know, it's for a road team, the coach is going to say, block the crowd out. Well, you just can't do that here.
We tried pumping music in practice. It does not equate to being right out on the court, the fans right up on you, and again, it's just, for me, it's the best atmosphere in college basketball to play a game on the road. Really something that you cannot duplicate leading up to a game at Cameron Indoor.
Foul called on the drive. And even Mike Krzyzewski, speaking with him before the game, told us that during this homestand, 5 games in 10 days, he has not taken any of it for granted. With last season, it was, you know, not a great season on paper for Duke, and he says a large part of it was because we didn't have the home court advantage that you normally would.
No, you wouldn't, and I think also, in particular, Mark Williams, the freshman, there was no normal lead up into your preseason. So again, a lot of interruptions because of COVID, and certainly it is a huge home court advantage having this place packed.
And think about it from the sophomore's perspective, like Mark Williams. This is the first time that he even knows what playing in Cameron Indoor Stadium feels like. He'd have these monster blocks, monster slams, and it would just be silence.
And we were sitting in Bristol calling these games, so again, just night and day difference.
Step back 3, Griffin. It's good! A.J. Griffin pouring it on Lafayette. He's up to 12. That's Bates-Jones into the game for the first time today, 34 in white. Pull-up pop, Perry hits it. Tyrone Perry, the senior, told us after shoot-around, I've been waiting for this day, and he's making the most of it, hitting that 3 at Cameron, one he'll remember.
And what a great story it is. Way ahead of schedule, back from the ACL injury.
He checked from Griffin. He hits it again. The freshman, A.J. Griffin, with a big smile and a season high of 15.
A.J. Griffin showing off the step back. This one was deep, and the Duke crowd is loving it.
Number 7 Duke leading Lafayette 82-53. We'll be back on Monday night with Coach K taking on the Citadel. They'll finish their 5-game homestand, 9 Eastern time on the ACC network. And it's a doubleheader, so tune in early. Georgia Tech taking on Charleston Southern at 7. The Duke struggled to shoot the ball in the first half, only 33%, 25% from 3, but they came alive. The defense has been consistent throughout, and they are now 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from improving to 5-0, an extremely strong start to the season.
Yeah, really, it all starts with their defense. To me, that has been the strongest thing for them and the most impressive, their ability to produce points with their defense.
Jalen Blake stepped on the line. Lafayette ball gives us time to remind you, tomorrow you can kick off your college football Saturday with The Huddle. They'll preview everything you need to know in ACC football, 10 a.m. Eastern time, right here on the ACC network. Griffin's had the hot hand, already a season-high 15. Into the Marquette transfer. Theo John muscling his way in. Kick out. Griffin a 3. He hits it again! A.J. Griffin on fire. He's got 18. A coming out party for the talented freshman.
The last 3 all set up, unselfish play by Theo John, and A.J. Griffin on fire in the second half. Shot looks great. The previous 2 were off of step-back jumpers, off the bounce. That time off the catch and shoot. And Duke has so many talented players.
It's a freshman class in particular, Malcolm, that came in with a lot of hype, but the likes of Trevor Keels, Paulo Banchero, and A.J. Griffin, small sample size, but 5 games into the season, they've delivered.
Yeah, and he's a guy, Griffin, that has been battling some injuries, and now looks like he's back healthy, and what a weapon that is. Another versatile wing player for Coach K.
Theo John decides to pull the trigger from 3. You talk about all the talented freshmen that Coach K has brought in his 42 seasons with Duke. They have a weight room competition in the offseason. Which freshman can bench the most? The record coming into the season was held by Sheldon Williams, one of the all-time greats here in a Blue Devils uniform. That was broken this season. And you're thinking, okay, Paulo Banchero, right? 6'10", 250. No, it was Trevor Keels who broke the record. As Griffin drives in this time looking for 20, no good.
Yeah, and it's, again, it's a testament to the work that these guys have put in on their bodies. And, for me, you look at the success that Duke has had early on, I think it's because they have interchangeable players. Guys like Griffin, Banchero, not only are they long and great athletes, but they can guard multiple positions. So when you're trying to run your offense, they will switch.
And here come 2 walk-ons for Duke. Stanley Borden and Keenan Worthington checking into the game. That might have been the loudest the Crazies got all night long, and they've had plenty to cheer about. Bates Jones hits the 3. Jones again. Likely the final possession for Lafayette. The Leopards will fall to 0-4, but head coach Fran O'Hanlon told us it'll be a memory for life, plus it'll make us better come Patriot League play to have these experiences.
And they made it interesting in the first half. I mean, obviously, they're not even close right now, but in that first half and really for about 5 minutes in the second, they made some nice plays, but in the end, Duke's pressure really was just too much.
The Blue Devils improved to 5-0. A dominant second half performance, 88-55 the final. And it was Wendell Moore Jr. that stole the show.
Well, he's the leader. It started with him. Mark Williams also, but it's all about Wendell Moore Jr. His leadership was impressive. In the open court, was able to get free, under control on his pull-ups. The three-point range, we talked about that. Stroke looks really good, but for me, it's about the leadership. He provides leadership for this team. And then I think the question mark, Mark Williams, up and down to start the season, but he answered tonight, ran the floor well, was a presence in the post, finishing strong right here with the reverse jam, and then defensively, he bothered shots all night. Duke, when they looked to get him involved in the offense, he produced. It was an impressive performance for those two.
Those two led the way, and then A.J. Griffin comes off the bench. It provides a season high. This Duke team is rolling. They've got one game left Monday night against the Citadel. You can watch it right here on the ACC Network, 9 p.m. Eastern Time to close out this homestand. Plenty of highlights. Mark Williams, a human highlight reel. Duke wins it 88-55. For our entire ACC Network crew, Malcolm Huckabee, I'm Jay Alter saying so long from Durham.